Welcome to Consciousness Unfiltered. Get ready for a very different, vulnerable, and uncensored conversation with Dr. Anthony Mattis and his amazing guests. They'll be sharing the powerful tools of Access Consciousness that have helped thousands of people all over the world to create change in every area of their lives.
Hello, welcome to Consciousness Unfiltered. I am Dr. Anthony Mattis, and I will be sharing some of the tools of Access Consciousness. Today's topic of the day is, are you still healing people, places, and things that don't desire to be healed? Ouch. Well, what the hell does that mean? This is more like a sort of like a shout out to all the healers in the world. And you don't even have to be in the healing profession per se, where you actually are trained. You could be an accountant or a lawyer. But somewhere underneath your other capacities lies this incredible need to heal, or maybe to fix things, fix places, towns, cities, countries, your family members. You may have a healing capacity that you didn't even know that you had or acknowledged. So you became a lawyer instead, or an accountant instead. But anyway, I happen to be a healer. My former profession is the doctor of chiropractic, and I'm still a licensed chiropractor, but I'm facilitating the tools of Access Consciousness full time. And one of the things that being an Access Conscious facilitator has over the last 9 years is this got me to really, really acknowledge my healing capacities, even when I'm not trying to purposely, intentionally heal anybody. Like, what I'm talking about is like my body is healing people, taking things out of people's bodies energetically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And so yeah, it's a capacity, but sometimes it could feel like a curse. Why? Well, it only feels like a curse when you're trying to heal people that have absolutely no interest of being healed. And when you are a healer and you don't acknowledge the fact that people choose to create the things that show up in their lives, well, simply just because they choose it. Really, it's not up to us to figure out why they're choosing what they're choosing. They just choose it. But when we as healers become aware of the choices that they're making, and we actually see, perceive, know, being received sort of the consequences of their choices, or what the outcome is going to create, we take that on in our bodies. Not our best choice. Are you someone who goes to a different city or a different country, and the minute you arrive, it's like your body falls apart? Well, what is that? In some of my previous podcasts, you've heard me talk about, body awareness and information. Your body's giving you information about the world around you, both seen and unseen. And one of the basic fundamental questions that we teach you to ask in Access Consciousness when you are experiencing a pain, or we call intensity, physical, or even mental stuff like anxiety and fear and worry, is to ask, who does this belong to? So I think my last podcast was on that particular topic a lot, and I've had others. So keep re-listening to that, because that'll be one of the most valuable questions you could ask yourself is, who does this belong to? So anyway, another tool I'd like to share with you when you do find yourself healing people, places, and things that don't desire healing from you, your body's sort of like on automatic pilot, is, what if you expanded 300,000 miles in all directions, or depending on where you're from in the world, kilometers, in every direction, and ask, what would be the one molecule that needs to change just 180 degrees to change the situation that you are currently experiencing? meaning like whatever's going on in your body because you are healing a place, whatever's going on in your body because you're healing someone or someone's. What if you actually expand it out so far that when you went and actually look back on who or what you're trying to heal, it actually, like, you can't even find it. You can't even perceive it anymore. So ask that one molecule to change 180 degrees and give your body the space that it requires to change. And ask your body, what do you require from me right now? And what are you actually aware of? And body, how can we use this capacity to our advantage? Now, for a lot of you out there who are used to being beat up, banged up, downtrodden, because people aren't receiving you, what if you actually just start working with the people who actually desire your services, who actually desire your treatments, who actually are willing to receive who you are? You know, a friend of mine said that he would rather work with 5 people who received him fully during his treatments than 100 people who only received him a little bit. Now, would that put more money in your pocket if you worked with 100 people? Absolutely. But you won't be able to enjoy it if you feel like a truck ran over you. So it's like, you know, what if you actually charged enough money to where if you're only going to work with 5 people, it's more than enough for you to have the life you desire, where money is actually necessary and required. So look at the people, places, and things that you keep trying to heal, and they're not healable. Another question that we ask in Access is like, what is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how do I change it? Now you're looking for yeses and nos. If you ask, when you ask, can I change it? Be willing to hear a no. Because there's a lot of people who don't desire to be healed. There's a lot of places, towns, cities, countries that have no interest in changing, no interest in being healed. Look at the world. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm not telling you anything you don't already see. And right now, as I'm doing this particular podcast, I believe it's June 24th, 2021. How many teenagers right now are dying because of this experimental vaccine that's out there? And many of those people's bodies are you aware of? I believe there's well over 5,000 deaths by now from this experimental vaccine. How many people of those bodies that are you currently aware of? Or how about the people who are experiencing the severe side effects? Maybe they're not dying from it, but you're aware. Is your body aware of the lies that exist? So how could you actually use this to your advantage? Now, I'm not saying ask the question so you can figure out the answer. But what if you ask that question every day? How can I use this to my advantage? Body, what awareness are you giving me here that I'm not acknowledging? Stop healing people that can't be healed, that don't want to be healed. Stop healing places. I have someone very near and dear to me that the minute we get on an airplane, she starts sneezing. Well, I don't know, maybe it's the dry air or the circulated air. Well, maybe she has allergies to the stupid people, to the unconsciousness and anti-consciousness of mankind. And for those of you who are new that might be listening to this, well, that sounds weird. Well, is it? Look at the stupidity in our world. It's all over the news. They exploit it. And then you're wondering why your body starts sneezing and your nose starts running when you get around people all of a sudden. I don't know, maybe they are carrying dust mites or something. I mean, think about that. What kind of signs and symptoms does your body give you when you're around people? What kind of signs and symptoms? I love how when people go on vacation, it's like their bodies fall apart. What's that all about? Maybe they're healing the area that doesn't want to be healed. But the good news is if you work with people and places and things that actually desire your contribution, not only do they benefit from it, but you benefit from it as well. It changes your world because what occurs is a gifting and receiving simultaneously. And that's the gift. There's an old saying, don't cast your pearls before swine. Your healing abilities are pearls. They're diamonds. Don't cast them before swine. Okay? And if you're one of those people who are all about image, then you want to show off to the world what a great healer you are. That's fine. Those people usually end up downtrodden as well eventually because they're not doing it for consciousness' sake. They're doing it to fill a void. Image is a very shallow endeavor. Consciousness is infinite. It's space. It contributes to your body. It contributes to their body. It contributes to the earth. But are you willing to gift that to those who are able and willing to receive it? And get over your superior point of view that you need to gift it to people who really aren't interested in receiving it. Ask your body. Check in with yourself right now. Ask your body. Perceive all those intensities in your body, the things that don't seem to be working right. And ask, who am I trying to heal that doesn't want to be healed? Or it has no desire in being healed? Expand out 300,000 kilometers. Ask that one molecule to change or turn 180 degrees. What else is possible? How does it get better than this? Return it to sender with consciousness attached. Release and dissipate it into the earth. And find a bars practitioner somewhere out in this beautiful, beautiful planet that will run your bars and a body process facilitator. They're all over the world. And you can go and check out accessconsciousness.com, or you can check out my website at dranthonymattis.com. Okay, hope to see you in person soon someday. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. If this conversation has been a contribution to you, please share, subscribe, or leave a review. For more about Anthony, please come visit dranthonymattis.com. And if you'd like to know more about the amazing tools of Access Consciousness, you can go to www.accessconsciousness.com.